Sai bhai, we spoke to you on the eve of the match. You had said that the heart is saying Mumbai, mind is saying Gujarat. Clearly, your heart has trumped over your mind.
Well, I was talking about, the way Gujarat Titans have been batting. But this time around, I think it was, again, the batting that came to the party, but it was the bowling that let them down. This time, Gujarat Titans, for the last 3-4 matches, their bowlers have conceded more than 200 runs, and which means that their batters have to really bat out of their skins to try and get past that. And that's what they've not been able to do, which is the reason why, having dominated the IPL league stage for almost pretty much till the last week of the league, Gujarat Titans now find themselves out of the tournament because their bowlers conceded far too many runs.
Sai bhai, there was a stage, I know it was a stiff total, the second highest in playoff history, but Gujarat were well on their course. That 84-run partnership, Sai Sudharsan, Washington Sundar, that Yorker by Jasprit Bumrah to Washington Sundar, was that the turning point?
It was, without a question. It was the turning point. You could say that when Mumbai were batting, the catches that were dropped of Rohit Sharma were the turning point. But despite all that, the way Sai Sudharsan and Washington Sundar had stitched together that partnership, scoring at pretty much the required run rate, and it looked as if they were going to take the Gujarat Titans home. Then the ball is given to Jasprit Bumrah, and he fires in one of the finest Yorkers one has seen in the T20 format. Gets rid of Washington Sundar. And when a partnership breaks, it's very difficult for another partnership to happen very quickly. And that's where Gujarat Titans lost the game.
You speak about those missed chances when Gujarat were fielding, lots of drop chances, not just of Rohit Sharma, even after that Kusal Mendes dropped a few. I know this season hasn't been great when it comes to catching. Most drop catches in IPL history we've seen in this season. But even then, even by those low standards, this has to be one of the poorest fielding performance by any team in this season of the IPL?
Yes, because, it looked a little disjointed effort in the sense that, the fielders in the deep as well were not always, they were looking at each other as to who's going to, when the ball was hit between them, it looked as if they were looking at each other, at who's going to go for the ball. Now, that is not what you want to do in this format of the game. You just want to go, both of you go towards the ball. And then whoever is close to the ball will be able to stop the ball and maybe pass it on, like a relay to the other fielder who's converging on the ball as well. But that is not something that we saw from Gujarat Titans this time around. They seem just a little bit overawed by the occasion.
Sai, when you talk about being overawed by the occasion, I'm going to get to Captain Shubman Gill. And that's an area of interest for every Indian fan, even if he's Gujarat fan or not, because he's going to be a test captain. And I'm not really saying that what performance happens in T20 necessarily translate into test matches, yet he's going to be looked at very closely. Today, there was a situation, if I'm not mistaken, one Prasidh Krishna over, 6 deliveries, 6 different field placement. After every boundary, he would go on to change the field placement. Many thought maybe Prasidh is not a new ball bowler, go in with your spinner, someone like a Sai Kishore, look to do something out of the box, or a Washington Sundar who bowls with a new ball quite often. Overall, Shubman Gill, the captain, what did you make of him?
Yeah, it was a tough game for him, really tough game for him. And I think those drop catches didn't help. That could have actually turned the whole thing around as well. But there was very little that he could do when somebody as good as Prasidh Krishna's form has been this time around. If his bowling is being taken for runs, it's a little bit difficult for any captain. But considering all that, the way they came back, I thought the Mumbai Indians should have scored 245, at least 15 to 20 runs more. They did do that. So I would like to think that, Gujarat Titans pulled Mumbai Indians back quite well to restrict them to 229. In the end, of course, that was 20 runs too many, but still the way they came back means that Shubman Gill got something right, maybe not everything right, but he certainly did get something right.
I know the headline act has been Rohit Sharma with his 80, but I want to focus on a certain Johnny Bairstow, was unpicked in the auction, playing his first game of the IPL, gets 47, mind you, at a strike rate of 200 plus. He seems to take to this format and IPL, even though it's his first game, like fish takes to water.
Yes, he's got so much experience. He's played so many times in the IPL since I think the first season of IPL he's been around. So he's got experience of playing in the IPL. is familiar with the pitches in India. He knows which pitches, what shots to play. So he was really looking to play all the time in the V. So you saw all those shots coming through, or playing the cover drive. He was looking to play proper cricketing shots, and that's why he was able to score that many runs, bringing all his experience into play.
The season is done and dusted, Sai bhai, for Gujarat Titans. So a couple of questions I'm going to take on Gujarat Titans season. Firstly, Sai Sudharsan, I have to talk about him, still holds the orange cap even though his team is knocked out. Today also gets 80. Just sum up the season for Sai Sudharsan. I know he's shown moment of brilliance previously as well, but do you think this is that season where the world has taken note of him?
I would like to think so. We in India, of course, knew from the last year itself what a fine player he is. But this time around, he's taken it to another level, another higher level, with his display, with his consistency as well. Playing the new ball the way he's doing, finding the gaps the way he's been finding, playing the short ball so well, playing the cut shot, playing all the shots that you see, and playing so close to the body as well, which will stand him in good stead against the moving red ball when he goes to play in England. He also, when he plays, he leans into the drive, pretty much like you play in the longer format of the game. He doesn't stand like a baseball, doesn't have a stance like a baseball batter. So it allows him to go down and play underneath the eye line most of the time. He technically he was excellent to watch, as well as the range of shots that he displayed on the offside, on the leg side, playing off the back foot, playing late was the hallmark, and so he looked very, very impressive. And there are high hopes from him for serving not just a franchise, but serving Indian cricket for a long, long time to come.
Of course, he's going to be there in the England tour, playing for India, who knows, in red ball cricket. And that takes me to my next question, Saima. I'm going to talk about his opening partner in Shubman Gill. Up until majority of this season, Shubman Gill, Sai Sudharsan were the pair to watch out for. He's gone off the boil a bit, Shubman Gill, in the last few games, as we've seen. There were also images that we saw very recently put out by Gujarat, where Shubman was also batting with the red ball in the nets, probably prepping himself for the England tour. But do you think that was prudent? Do you think that was the time? Maybe he was concentrating too much on the test format, maybe needed to finish the job at hand here in the IPL and then think about it?
No, I don't think so. If you play with the red ball and practice against the moving ball, it actually stands you in good stead against the white ball, which doesn't move as much. So while yes, I think you're looking to get a little bit prepared for the harder tour of England, which starts in next week in terms of the warm-up matches. I wouldn't say that playing with the red ball was the wrong idea. In fact, I think it is a very good idea to play with the red ball, practice with the red ball.
Okay, just summing up the Gujarat Titans season, I know this game we've dissected it, but now when they look back, they've missed out on playing a final, maybe missed out on an opportunity to win the title, even though during the group stages they looked very good. Will they look back at those two final league games? They were playing against teams that had performed worse than them in this season. All they needed to do is win one game, qualify in the top two. Do you think that is something that they're going to rue now?
They will, because they win just one match and they would have been in the top two. And they lost both those matches, allowing, LSG, who had really not, apart from, say, Mitch Marsh and Nicholas Puran, really hadn't scored too many runs, allowing them to score the big runs, more than 200 runs. That really set them back. So clearly, that last week was not what they would like to look back fondly on.
As far as Mumbai are concerned, they are on a roll. They are just one step away from playing another final. My question to you is, many people say that once Mumbai get into the roll, they are tough to stop. Should Punjabs be scared now?
So Punjab will be naturally worried about how Mumbai have played, because of the fact that Mumbai has its reputation of having won 5 titles and being in the playoffs quite regularly. But Punjab will also take heart from the fact that the pitch will be completely different in Ahmedabad. In Ahmedabad, the pitch will not have the same kind of bounce and movement which rattled them, and they were all out for 100 against the RCB. It will probably help their batters a lot more than what we saw at New Chandigarh. So I don't think Punjab will be thinking too much about what happened. They know that if their batters get going, then they can put up a very good total and put pressure on Mumbai.
Finally, Saima, before we let you go, I'm just going to digress a bit. There is also that India A game happening. I don't know if you've been keeping a tab. Sarfraz has got a good knock. Dhruv Jurel is batting. But the headline act has been Karun Nair. 186 not out. I saw the match a bit. Green pitch, nothing to differentiate between the pitch and the square. English conditions, overcast, cold, everyone wearing the cardigan. So tough conditions for batting. I'm guessing that 186, probably he's kind of already gotten his name written in the playing 11 come the first test match in Leeds.
Definitely. I mean, with a score like that, with a big score, it's not just, scoring 100. He's got 186 not out. And certainly he's, put his name down in the final 11 for the first test. There is a vacancy there with Kohli's retirement. So I think he's put his name down for that slot, definitely.